Hello and welcome to A&T Plays. In today's episode I'm going to be doing the top 5 best fighting games. Number 5. In number 5 we have Dead or Alive Dimensions, which came out on the 3DS. And the reason it came as number 5 is because it was very dynamic, and the style that, well, when you hit someone, instead of the stage being the same, it would expand, was a very creative idea. Only problem is the storyline seems to be based around only one character, so the storyline seems to get a bit repetitive and a bit boring in certain parts of the game. Number 4. In number 4 we have Tekken, and to be exact Tekken 6. This game was a very good game, and it's had a lot of crosses with Street Fighter, even though I'm a fan of Street Fighter more than Tekken. This game was very creative, and the addition of a panda bear and a kangaroo to fight was very smart and very creative. The only problem is, like Dead or Alive Dimension, it can get a bit boring. Not because of the storyline, but because the fighting seems to go on forever and doesn't really go anywhere. Like, the storylines are a bit dull, the character designs are a bit too similar, as you can see in this trailer. Two of the characters look exactly the same. It's like in Mortal Kombat, Sub-Zero and Scorpion. They look exactly the same, but at least they're different. These characters look exactly the same. All the characters seem to have the same moves. The same moves. It's just like they have a few different moves, but it wasn't really a game that really stood out. It's just that it's been around for such a while that it's become popular to the PlayStation universe, but that's as far as it really goes as a awesome fighting game. Also, what I really like about it is that one of the characters looks a lot like Phoenix Wright. So yeah, that's why this game takes the place at number 4. But right now you'll see number 3. In number 3 we have everyone's favourite, Street Fighter. The game has been around for as long as I can remember, and I've been a great fan since probably Street Fighter 2 Alpha, which was on the Game Boy Color, I think. But anyway, I think this game's really good because the characters are all dynamic, different styles, different backgrounds, different stories, even different countries. They don't get like every single character is from like Japan, or every single fighter is from America. They're all completely different, and everyone has their own type of special move, apart from the two main characters, Ken and Ryu, who both use Hadouken like absolute assholes, who constantly spam the Hadouken button. I hate people who do that. But this game was really good, as it's on number 3 on my list, and deserves to be classed as one of the best fighters in like history, because without this game there wouldn't really be much 2D fighters, because it's like the origin of 2D fighters. And the game you can see here is literally Street Fighter 4. But the reason I like Street Fighter 4 is because, well, I don't know, it just seems to stand out to me as already a game. But I prefer the Street Fighter 4 to Super Street Fighter 4, which is on the 3DS, which I lost. But I prefer the Xbox one because it stops people spamming the Hadouken button online, because you can just tap the screen. It shows like pure skill to be able to actually use all the combos. And every character, like even the evil characters are pure evil. They're like evil and then they turn good and start helping you out. They're like pure evil, like M. Bison, Seth. Even though I prefer M. Bison as an evil character than Seth, because Seth was a bit boring. Doesn't really have his own move. He just copies everyone else's moves, like Dhalsims, E. Honda, Zangief. He just copies everyone's moves, which gets a bit annoying. So yeah, that's why this game deserves its spot at number 3 on my top 5 best fighting games list. Number 2. Now, if you managed to watch this video this far along to number 2, then you'll love the game that I've put in number 2. This game, as everyone should know, is Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is completely awesome. Everything about it is awesome. I mean, the characters all look deadly, even the girl ones, like who are wearing nothing and should get hurt more than they actually do. But this game takes off all the thing where, oh, someone gets smacked in their face and then punched in their balls, and then suddenly they get back up like 2 seconds later and can suddenly beat the crap out of someone who hasn't taken any damage, This game is purely horrific. Like, instead of like saying, oh no, this person get hurt a bit, so this person doesn't take any damage. This game, if this person gets hit a tiny bit, they're bleeding their guts out. And now in our generation, if someone's bleeding, it's good. So this game fits perfectly. See, even teleporting. Every game needs teleporting. But I don't get. See, look. You wouldn't see someone stamp on their face and they start bleeding in Street Fighter. Someone stamps on their face and then they just step up, they stand up again and completely walk it off. This game even shows like the bits of the body breaking and stuff. It's like completely awesome. It's like Street Fighter versus Street Fighter, Tekken, and then I don't know, like Final Destination and Scream put into one game. And then you get this with a tiny bit of NFL or something like that. So this game is like purely awesome. But now, now I'm going to talk about the characters. The characters keep getting better, especially the two main ones, Scorpion and Sub-Zero, as you can see here. Well, yes, you only see Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero has been like the main character from like the very start. So, as you see him, when you see him dying in the trailer, you're probably like, oh yeah, I want this game because it's, oh, that's disgusting. Anyway, now you can see how awesome this game will really get, and you really want to buy it. Number 1. Finally, I made it to number 1. Number 1 on my list is King of Fighters XIII, which I think is 13 or something like that. Anyway, and the reason I put this game on number 1 is not because it's completely different, because it's not completely different, but it doesn't like kind of waste your time with, oh, this character's like this and this character's like that. It goes straight into the action. I mean, every single character is unique in their own way. Every single move they use is unique in their own way. All the stages are unique. Nothing in the game is the same as something else, unless someone goes and picks the same character or the same stage 2 times in a row. And this game is just overall my favourite game. As soon as I played this game, like I played the demo, I had to keep playing it over and over again because it got so good. Of course, I can never find it in the shop, but still, the game was so good that next day I went and tried to find it. So, yeah, this game is so unique that I've put it at number 1 on my list of top 5 best fighting games.